Hey y'all, back again with everything that I loved about Assassin's Creed Origins. Yay! Is it gonna work? Probably not. Well, got the list, but that doesn't even cover probably all of it at all. But I made a list I could think of. So, in no certain order, the colors of this game was awesome. When I started the game, my son's like, "Go play the game, play the game." It's like, I'm looking. I wanted to see the pillars. I wanted to see the walls. I wanted to see everything, just to see if what they would, just to see how the drawings would and the painting and all that. I was just, I must have spent an hour just on the first path inside the building, just looking at the walls and stuff and going around the pillars. And oh man, that was awesome. I really liked that. But I finally got through it, testing out the controls and stuff, and I just couldn't believe it. It was just awesome. I think I was stuck there. It's like, oh, just let me look around. My son's going, just go play the game. It's like, I'm looking. So, and in the world itself, after I got into it, it's just the colors were like neon. It's the only way that I could explain it. Spot on with the colors, though. It's like, I don't know. It just makes you want to stop and look at everything. So I think like I said, the first 10 hours was probably the hardest time because it's like you want to get in the story and side stories and stuff, but it's like I'm just gonna stand here and look at this wall. I really couldn't read it, but it's just the details were. It was like it was hypnotizing. It's the only way I can put it. Really hypnotizing. Okay, the animals in this game. Oh man! At first, I wasn't gonna. You have to kill them because you need them for stuff, But if you could just sit there and watch the animals, I mean, let's take for instance the hippos because that's what comes to my mind first because they're all different. There's shading on it, I guess you can call it. It's really cool to watch, and the way they act and the way they go after people. And when the hippos open their freaking mouth, and you're just like, "That's so cool, but it's gonna eat me." Crap. So sometimes I sat in the boat and just watch the hippos. Yeah, that's sad. Did anybody else do that? No, probably not. The birds, there's so many birds. And just watching the birds fly around and or driving through the birds or walking through the birds and then taking off. It's like, oh man, it was just. I guess you want to call it the mechanics, I guess, or whatever. But they did a great job on it. And damn, oh losers. Oh man. I finally got high enough level where I could just jump in the water and take one or two. Finally. But those alligators, man, they just want to knock over your boat and you want to you're going somewhere else and boom! Oh man. The hyenas, I mean, to me they're just dogs, I guess, so I don't know if they have too many or not enough, but I don't know. I really bother with them. The vultures, those little. I love it. Because pretty soon later on you'll get an arrow where it actually has fire on it when you bring it out, and they're the foot flying around. You start shooting them, and they're flying around, burnt in flames, and that's kind of cool. teaches him to attack me. It's like, yeah. And then they're flying and then they're coming at you. It's like, well, that's not good. No, no, it's like a burning zombie running after you. It's like, yeah, this thing can dive bomb me and it's on fire. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea at all. Cool to watch, cool to do, but just not a good idea at the end. So that was really, I was like, you're just sitting there going, all happy, and I was like, oh, yeah, not my best laid plan. Okay, the boats. I already told you about the big boats, but the small boats that you can drive, I think there's 2 types of small boats you can drive. The smaller one, plain brown ones, don't go as fast as the next size, but just cruising around in the water in this. It's like, oh, I love doing that. I think I spent a while just cruising around the water in these. And you can have, I call it a gunfight, but you can have an arrow fight with the army, whatever, in the next boat, and you can just sit there and just shoot arrows at each other. Even though if you go for the headshot, it's boom, 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 and done, but I usually go for the body shots because just to make it last longer. So that's fun. And just cruising around. I mean, just don't hit anything really hard with your boat, because I think you get 2 hits with the boat and then it starts to crumble, fall apart, you sink, and you're in the water. And there seems always be a gator somewhere. It just pops out going, hello! Those damn hippos. Is that a rock? Yeah, that's a rock. I'll drive past all of a sudden. Yeah, that wasn't a rock. Nope. Wasn't a rock. And you're sitting there going, trying to swing around and steer your boat at the same time and trying to shoot with arrows because you got to push B real quick to let go of the boat so you can shoot. And it's like, yeah, and you're shooting behind you. All of a sudden you hear something funny making noise. You turn around, it's like, another boat might hit a boat. No, it's another hippo. It's like, yeah. Another not good plan laid out. No. Cool. It's fun though. Side stories. There are so many. There's like the main story, right? And then you have side stories, and then you have mini side stories. Yeah, I think that's pretty much where you can lay that. And then you have a tiny side story. There are so many of them from the way I play it, I guess. I don't know if anybody else plays it that way, but there are so many. I wouldn't have been such a high level as I am right now if there wasn't so many stories. So that's fun. I love how many stories there are. There's so many. And it's all good. I just like all. I wish they had more side stories, I guess. Mini stories. Because there's so many NPCs. I mean, there are so many people. You can stay in one place and watch hundreds of people going out with their lives. And no telling how many of these people have stories. I know they can't have that many. It's a lot of work. But they probably could if they wanted to. Maybe they will in DLCs. Okay. This is a verse question because for a while I was using the 5-arrow bow. You know, laying out 5 arrows all over the place. And it wasn't really doing what I wanted to do. And then I went back to the 1 rapid arrow firing, which to me was a lot better because you can nail a guy with like 3 of them and put them down the way you want them, and then you can go in for the kill. So I am not a fan of the 5 arrows, even though it's probably for more people. But it seems like if you did it right, you can hit them with at least 3 of the arrows. But if you're on a horseback, the 5 arrows don't work really well. If you're up high, it doesn't really work. So I like rapid arrow. I think I have a bunch. I think last I looked now, I think I have 15 bows that do rapid shot. And they all have different little things that they do. You know, the gold arrow, the gold background arrow is the best one because it has fire on it. And if you're in a boat and 2 army people come up in a boat, the arrow is the best thing to do because it catches them on fire. You aim for the boat, it catches the boat on fire, and it helps you out. I love setting boats on fire. I'm going around in the water just setting boats on fire. That's bad. I know it's bad, but you know what? I don't care. I really don't. But, yeah. Anything else for the boats I like? I can think of. You can almost go anywhere in a boat. Almost. I haven't found a place I can't go yet. Just be careful because your boat will get stuck. Yeah, I will. I got stuck so many times. Okay, the swampy areas. I love going in the swampy areas because it's the way they made them and it's the color, all the animals around. It's just, I like being in there. I really haven't explored the desert that much, but swampy areas are probably my favorite ones. Favorite place to hang out at. I don't think that there's probably. I think there's like 3 or 4. It's basically where all the little islands are at, and they have more swampy areas. It's the best place to go if you want to get your melee damage up and your health up, whatever. I think those are the only ones that need gator skins. Oh, map size. Oh my god. the size of this map. Because you just want to go and open up all the maps and go everywhere. But you really don't want to do that. Because you're going to end up in an area where you're going to do something stupid. And at level 30, it depends on how, let's say you're level 10 and you're looking around. And at level 15, even at level 12, pops up with some arrows, bing, 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 you're dead. I mean, there's no chance for you to even do anything. I usually mess with people probably 2 levels higher than I was. But I was a little crap and I snuck in the bushes, then try to take care of them. I try and get higher level, then I go back and do the small levels. And just walk into a compound and let them come at me. I still, I think I'm 24 now, I think. Level 24 from last night. The only ones that people are going to have problems with are the ones with the big shields. Because you have to get to the left or the right or swoop around, get them from the back. Do not fight them from the front. You will be sitting there hitting each other till the cows come home. Because you're thinking, I'm a high level, I can take this guy. If he has a shield in front of him, you are going to have problems. But one thing I hate is I don't think you can jump really. If there's a wall, you can jump in a wall and jump behind them. Or you can dash to the left or the right, but it's really hard because even though they're big or whatever, and they have a big shield, they can move too. So, if you see someone with a shield and you're trying to fight them, don't fight them from the front. It is pointless. Get to the sides, or find a way to get to the back, or run around with your head cut off until you get to the back. Just keep running around them, and pretty soon you get them from the back. If you can get them from high above, then do that. If you see one with a shield, get high aim down at him. Because toe-to-toe, he's probably going to take you out, no matter what level you are. I really didn't mess with the skill tree, really. Because I want to do it on my own. It's not that I don't like the skill tree. It's just, I want to say it's pointless, but it's not. But to me, it's like, I don't know. I didn't really like, the only one I really want to get is breathe underwater longer, even though you can pretty much breathe underwater for a while, as it is. But I really didn't use the skill tree that much. There was maybe one or two things I really wanted. That's because of the melee damage percentage. But no, really, it didn't. I'll probably just gonna go through and just to get rid of the little dot, the coins or whatever you want to call it, and get them. No, just to fill it up. Because the only ones you really have to worry about is the very top ones and the very side ones. If you can get that far and then start weighing coins in, because the top one's what I'm going to start working on, because it adds damage to melee. Melee, 1%. Well, that's not a lot at all. But if you can imagine it at 40 or 60 or 100%, yeah, you'd be knocking the crap out of somebody. Okay. This one cracks me up. Really, okay? The NPC actions. I've been thrown up on. This is bad, but it's funny. I've been peed on by a soldier. I think I even had garbage dumped on my head. Bumped into, knocked down, ran over. And some of the looks these NPCs give you, I don't know how they did it, but they just look at you like, you're pointless. Would you please just. It's like I was on the side of a ship about to take out this guy, and I was just looking if the bird went over and everything. And it's like, and there was water coming. I was like, it's raining. Wow. And I looked up. Don't look up. Don't do that. I'm looking at him going, what the mother? Like, get down, get off, get away. Which side do I go? I cannot believe that. It's like, yeah, I know they have to go, but what are the chances of it going right where I'm at? I'm right there on the side of the ship, and this dude is peeing off. Just happen to be where I'm standing at. Yeah. Pure luck. Just saying. Oh. But it's a great game where I'm at so far. Because did a similar story last night. And the first roll, is it 5 of them, are dead. And now it goes to the second 4. But because I met Cleopatra, the way she looked awesome. And then it went to what she was wearing. And I'm thinking, I don't know that much about Cleopatra, right? I'll just say that. I don't know that much about her. I don't know what she'll wear, but to me, she's like, I always pictured her as a princess, a queen, maybe. The queen, you know? And then she would dress to represent a queen. But then they have her wearing this outfit, and it was like, I don't really know if she did wear something like that. I don't know. I gotta look at pictures. Maybe someone drew something like, maybe someone has an idea what the clothes will look like, but she just, to me, it seemed like they were disrespecting her. I think she would have more respect for her body, I think. than to look like some street corner $2. You know? Because basically that's what she looked like. So that didn't really... But she was hot, though, for a female game character. Yeah, okay. I just like the way she looked. But, yeah, what she was wearing. I'm hoping they put her in something that actually represents her royalty. But, come here. Say hello. Say hello. So, a list, but it doesn't cover everything. Like the buildings were awesome. Being on top of the highest building and looking down. The lighthouses were awesome. Going in and out of the buildings, stuff they had. That was awesome. Oh man, I love how you can 1 minute be in a desert and the next minute you be in a big city. Next thing you can be in a small town. I mean, just the way they made it. I heard a couple of times it took a year off to do this. And say people who worked on this worked on Black Flag, and you can tell Black Flag is awesome. I should get back into that one. Just bounce back and forth. But after this game, I'll probably be more into Black Flag. Probably. Because they're like hand in hand. I can't think of anything else. I can't think of things that to say that people would say, that makes me want to play this game. It's just an awesome game. Okay? It's just an awesome game. It is fun. It makes you want to play. It makes you want to help people. It makes you want to run from the hippos. Because when their mouth open, you're just like, ooh, I'm going to kill the hippo. Hippo until their mouth opens. And you're just like, yeah, I'm going to run. I'm just going to run. I think that basically covers everything. Like I said before in the last one, if anybody knows about the season pass, recently, I'm not talking months ago, I'm talking within the last week, someone who bought it, did everything, and then makes a video about it, just let me know, okay? Because I like I said, I want to get it, but I want to know what comes with it and how long, how many DLCs does it cover? Yeah, again. Alrighty, well, this is Assassin's Creed Origins. Yay! Alright, y'all. You take care, have fun, and either get the game now or you get the game later. I think you'll have fun. I think you will. Because it's fun. And this is everything that I like or loved about Assassin's Creed Origins. I know I'm missing something, but I'll probably do another video later on after I get through the game more, maybe, or I'm done with it. Not the game, the video. Okay, all right, y'all take care, and I shall see you later.